Hello friends, good morning. In my previous two lectures, I have explained generation of high DC voltage by rectifier, voltage doubler circuit and by using voltage multiplier circuit, that is Cockcroft-Walton voltage multiplier circuit. Today I will discuss high voltage generation by Van-de-Graaff generator. So let us start with the principle. It is an electrostatic machine, whereas our normal generators are electromagnetic machines. In an electrostatic machines, electrical charges are moved against the force of an electrostatic field. Hence, mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. So here we require electrical charges, electrical field and a mechanical moment. An insulated belt of width d is moving with uniform velocity v in an electric field of strength E. So here it is an insulated belt having width d and we are considering a small length, that is dx, and it is kept in electric field E and it is moving with velocity v. Here please remember, when I mark small v, that is velocity, and when I keep capital V, that is voltage. So an insulated belt of width d is moving with uniform velocity small v in an electric field of strength E. If the charge density is sigma, then in a length dx of the belt, the charge dq will be equal to sigma into b dx. So b dx is the area. So b is the width and dx is small length. So b into dx is the area and sigma is charge density. So small charge we are considering in this small length, that is dq, will be sigma b into dx. The force experienced by this charge on the belt df, why df? Because we are considering small charge dq, so corresponding force will be df, will be equal to electric field multiplied by dq. So it is E sigma b into dx. If the electric field is uniform, then after integration of this equation, we are integrating this equation, so it will become f, it is sigma b E into dx. We are integrating E into dx. We are integrating E with respect to dx. So E is electric field, the unit is volts per meter, dx is small length, that is in meters. So volts per meter multiplied by meter, so that is volts. So it is capital V, that is voltage. So the force experienced is given by sigma B into voltage. The mechanical power required to move the belt is equal to force into velocity. That is the equation for the mechanical power. So it is force, that is F, into small v, that is velocity. So F is sigma B into capital V. So sigma b capital V into V. So this is equation number 4. Now current I, current is dq by dt, rate of change of charge, dq by dt. So this will be equal to sigma b dx. So this is the equation for dq. So it is sigma b dx divided by dt. So it is sigma b, now dx by dt. Dx is displacement, dt is small unit of time. So dx by dt is nothing but velocity v. So it is sigma b into v. This is equation number 5. Hence the power required to move the belt P, that was obtained F into velocity, F into v. So this will be written as F is replaced by sigma b into capital V multiplied by small v. We are rearranging this equation. So we are taking this capital V, that is voltage, outside, voltage multiplied by sigma b into v. Now sigma b into v, that we have obtained, it is nothing but current. It is sigma b into v, that is from equation 5. So this is I. So it is v into I. So it is voltage into current. That is the unit of electrical power. So assuming no losses, the power output will be equal to Vi. So power input is F into V, that is mechanical power input, and electrical power output is V into I, assuming no losses. So here the mechanical energy is electrostatic, is converted into electrical energy. Now let us see construction and working. So this is the construction of Van-de-Graaff generator. The important parts are, this is an earth dome, this is lower pulley, this is belt, insulated belt, this lower pulley and this upper pulley, they are driving this belt. So we require electric field and the charge spraying unit. So here it is lower spray point, this is controllable spray voltage. So here, due to this electric field and with the help of this electric field, charges are sprayed on this. Let us say these are the positive charges, they are sprayed on this moving belt. So these charges are carried on the upward direction by means of this movement of this belt. Here this is the charge collector point, it collects the charges and transfers this to HP terminal, which is spherical in shape. This is upper spray point, it is spraying negative charge, so that we get double charges with negative and positive polarity. So it is spraying negative charge, so it is coming down. So with respect to this negative charge, this positive charge intensity or positive charge magnitude will become double, positive minus ground, and here it is positive minus negative, so intensity becomes double. So it is for increasing the efficiency. So this is how the charges are sprayed by means of pulley and this belt, they are transferred in the upward direction, and by means of collector they are collected at the high voltage terminal. Now same thing I am explaining here, so that when you are seeing this video you must remember whatever I have explained. So construction and working. An insulated belt width may vary from a few centimeters to meters, is driven at a speed of about 15 to 30 meters per second by a motor connected to the lower pulley. The belt near the lower pulley is charged electrostatically by the lower charge spray unit consisting of a number of needles connected to the controllable DC source, and this voltage is 10 kV to 100 kV. The charge is conveyed to the upper end where it is collected from the belt by discharging points connected to the inside of an insulated metal electrode through which the belt passes. A second point system excited by a self-inducing arrangement enables the downgoing belt to be charged to the polarity opposite to that of the terminal, and thus the rate of charging of the belt for a given speed is doubled. As the ST electrode collects charges, its potential rises. However, as the potential of electrode rises, the field set up by the electrode increases, and that may ionize the surrounding medium, and therefore this would be the limiting value of the voltage. The moving belt system distorts the electric field, therefore it is placed within properly shaped field grading rings. That is not shown in the diagram. The entire equipment is enclosed in an earthed metal tank filled with insulating gas of good dielectric strength, preferably sulfur hexafluoride, so that the potential of the electrode could be raised to relatively higher voltage without corona discharges. Otherwise, there will be leakage in the form of corona discharges and efficiency will become low. The shape of the high voltage electrode is spherical, so that the electric field is uniform and corona losses are minimum. We already seen, if we want to maintain uniform electric field, then electrode should be of spherical nature, and if it is spherical, we avoid the corona losses, so efficiency is good. Now let us take a simple example. Let us assume width of the belt is 1 meter, belt velocity is 10 meters per second, insulating medium is air, and electric field, that is electric field we are maintaining at 30 kV per centimeter, that is 30 into 10 to the power 5 volts per meter. Here we are converting this into meter and voltage. We are assuming this because dielectric strength of the air is 30 kV per centimeter. So current I, we already derived the equation, it is sigma B into V. Sigma is charge density, it is given by epsilon 0 into epsilon R into E into B V. So epsilon 0 is 8 into 8.54 into 10 to the power minus 12. ER, that is the relative permittivity of the air, it is 1 into electric field, that is 30 into 10 to the power 5. B is assume width of the belt, that is 1 meter, and velocity is 10 meters per second, so into 10. So here we are getting that current generated is 265 microamperes. Now here you can see, if we change the medium, if we use the gas of higher dielectric strength, then this will be high. If we use a gas of having relative permittivity of 2, then this will become double. Similarly, if we double the width of the belt, this will also double. If we increase the speed 2 times, let us say from 10 to 20, again it will become double. So these are the factors which we can change and control in order to generate higher current. Now let us see what are the advantages. Number 1, very high voltages can be easily generated. Number 2, ripple free output voltage, that is, it is pure DC voltage. Number 3, precision and flexibility of control. Now let us see drawbacks. It has low current output. You can see the current is in microamperes, whereas for testing purpose we require current in milliamperes. Therefore, this generator, Van-de-Graaff generator, is not used for testing of electrical equipments because we require relatively higher current. Here current generated is in microamperes. Second drawback is limitation on belt velocity due to its tendency for vibration. The vibrations may make it difficult to have an accurate grading of electric field. So electric field gets distorted. Applications. These generators are used in nuclear physics laboratories for particle acceleration and other processes in research lab. So this is all about Van-de-Graaff generator. This is the world's largest air insulated Van-de-Graaff generator in Boston, Massachusetts. So here it is the output high voltage terminal, that is, you can see it is spherical in nature. You can see the size of this Van-de-Graaff generator. This is for demonstration purpose. It is, you can see it is spherical electrode where charges are collected. This is also small Van-de-Graaff generator. This is also small Van-de-Graaff generator. This is also the output, that is high voltage terminal of Van-de-Graaff generator. Here you can see a person is touching it because he or she will not get shock because current is in microamperes. And if you go near to the Van-de-Graaff generator, your hairs will raise like this. See, you can see in the diagram. This is the effect. This is the effect. This is the effect. By chance, if you go to Vishweshwaraya Technological Museum in Bangalore or Birla Science and Technological Museum in Kolkata, in both these museums there is high voltage unit. So you must visit that high voltage unit where you can see the amazing experiments on Van-de-Graaff generator as well as on Tesla coil. Friends, if you feel this video lecture useful, then please like it. Ask your friends, colleagues, your juniors to subscribe to my channel for upcoming video lectures on high voltage engineering and power system protection. If you want to make effective and efficient use of time, then read my book on time management. The link for the book is given here. It is also given in the description box. I have launched a useful course for the students on Udemy. The title is Accelerate Your Learning by Power of Visualization. It is a course to increase your brain power and program the mind for success. This course is very useful for the students who are preparing for entrance as well as competitive exams. This is the link for the course. The link is also given in the description box. Thank you.